Hi, everybody. Welcome in and welcome to Vype FortBend.com coverage of Fort Bend County High School football. I'm Roger Smith, and a lot of us have been waiting for this day for a long time. It's Thursday, August the 26th, game one of the season, as your Marshall Buffs take on the Eisenhower Eagles out of Aldine. Thrilled to bring you this game because, it's been a long time since we've been able to do what we truly love the most, or just about what we love the most. Fort Bend County High School sports on VypeFortBend.com is brought to you tonight by Xfinity, the future of awesome. By Nick's Italian Restaurant on FM 1464 in Sugar Land, just north of Austin High School. At Nick's, their family gets bigger every time you stop by. By First Tire and Automotive with 4 great locations, including Katy Cinco Ranch, open Saturdays. Visit firsttireandauto.com. By Archer Volkswagen, 10,400 Southwest Freeway, just inside the Sam Houston Tollway. And as it's been since Robert P. Archer founded it in 1956, Archer Volkswagen is still family-owned and operated, and you'll feel like family when you're there. By the Needville Insurance Agency, Bradley Stavanaugh and his team are your hometown trusted agents. They'll shop around to get you the best rate and make insurance easy for you. Call the Needville Insurance Agency at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. And by Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land, helping us take care of business every day so we can bring you the action on VypeFortBend.com every week. It's time for the Countdown to Kickoff show as we get you ready for Marshall and Eisenhower. And we will hear about the Eisenhower Eagles, whose head coach is not here tonight. We'll be right back on VypeFortBend.com.
Get ready. Saving starts with Xfinity. Because when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together, you can save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill over AT&T. Enjoy fast, reliable internet at home and nationwide 5G on the go, included at no extra cost. That means you can connect to everything you love, whether you're a next-level gaming aficionado, an online shopping mastermind, or crushing that research project. So go ahead, stream on all your devices or video chat from anywhere and save hundreds while doing it, because saving starts with Xfinity. Get Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile and ask how to get an eligible 5G phone on us. And for a limited time, $300 back. Don't miss out. Go to Xfinity.com/start saving. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Internet offer ends 9/30/21 and requires paperless billing and autopay. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus Internet customers only. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Savings based on optimized pricing. Actual savings may vary.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Welcome back. This is the Countdown to Kickoff show. A little bit of an unusual circumstance for the visiting Eisenhower Eagles tonight. Their head coach, Eric Jackson, who's been there for quite a while, is unable to make it to tonight's game. So, in his place will be a couple of his assistants basically serving as a head coach, and if one of those is kind of going to make more decisions than the other, then it would be Brandon Perkins. Brandon Perkins and his fellow assistant coach Goodwin are going to be calling the shots for the Eisenhower Eagles tonight. So it wasn't the usual routine, didn't get a chance to talk to Coach Goodwin or Coach Perkins, but what we can tell you about these Eisenhower Eagles is that they played 7 games last year. They played a 6-game regular season, all of those games against district opponents, and they went 3-4, and they lost in the by-district round, so they finished their season at 3-4. And what they have going for them is an outstanding quarterback who ran and passed for 1,500 yards, which doesn't sound like a lot unless you think, okay, well, he did that in 7 games, which is pretty good. And we'll be calling his name a lot during this ball game tonight. We will step aside and be back with more of the Countdown to Kickoff show. I'm Roger Smith with you for Marshall and Eisenhower, and this little reminder for you on Friday night, which is tomorrow, and what a great day it will be. We will be right back here at Hall Stadium and watch the Hightower Hurricanes under new head coach Cornelius Anthony taking on the Bush Broncos of the man with the Super Bowl champions ring, Alan Aldridge, who's the head coach of those Bush Broncos. And then on Saturday night, it is Kempner unveiling their new offense against the Dulles Vikings, who are going to be doing things a little bit differently offensively themselves. All right, so we will give you the Countdown to Kickoff show before those games as well. It'll be great. Glad you're here. It's going to be a big season. 39 regular season broadcasts coming your way over an 11-week span. I'm Roger Smith, and we'll be right back.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's
Welcome back to the Countdown to Kickoff show as we get you ready for Eisenhower and your Marshall Buffs on VypeFortBend.com. Here to introduce himself and the rest of our officiating crew is our referee,
Anthony Davis. At umpire is Andy Kirkpatrick. Head linesman, headline judge now is Jim Lyon. Line judge, Jim Beauchamp. Back judge, Cato Davis. Side judge, Clay Panova. And field judge, Christian Sparks.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Davis. And I'm so old. I've been loving high school football so long that to me, Anthony Davis is not a basketball player. It's the guy that won the Heisman for USC. I think, did he win the Heisman or not?
I think it was the Heisman. I can't remember the year, but I want to say either late 70s, early 80s, maybe, somewhere around there.
I know 74 and 75 was Archie Griffin. 76 was Tony Dorsett. And I'm not even sure if, actually, John Capoletti won it in 73. We've killed enough time with this. I thank you. You did a great job, though. Anthony Davis, have a good game tonight and stay hydrated, for God's sake.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, we'll be back and talk to James Williams, the head coach of your Marshall Buffs, the highly ranked Marshall Buffs, on VypeFortBend.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or NeedvilleInsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
You remember their first steps. First time they rode a bike without training wheels, first school dance, and now first year they're driving to school. First Tire and Auto is a family business, and they remember all those first too. There's a store just minutes away from your house or the school, so be the first to claim your discounts on oil changes and more. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Welcome back to the Countdown to Kickoff show, and this is game number 1 of a 39-game broadcast schedule over the next 11 weeks. This is VypeFortBend.com. Time to visit with James Williams of Marshall. I visited with you recently for our preview show, and you're excited about your team, and that's always with good reason. But for what it's worth, the pollsters really like your team too. Were you surprised to see your team so high? I mean, like right at the summit, or maybe in the second position in the polls?
First of all, thanks for having me on here. Thanks for covering our game. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. Are we surprised? I like to say no, because that's the standard we want to be every year. That's what we work for. These guys have earned it. The guys before them have earned it as well. So it's good to see. Even though we don't pay that much of close attention to it, it's nice. But we tell the guys we're going to focus on each week and get better each week. But it's definitely a blessing to be in that situation.
Is there a particular sophomore that's on your team that has not played at the varsity level yet that you are most anxious to see what he can do out here tonight against Eisenhower?
Hey, great question. We don't have as many sophomores up on varsity as we did last year, but we definitely have a few up there, and one of them that comes to mind is Jared Howard. He's a running back we have, and good young players, get some experience today and get in there. He did a great job in our scrimmage last week, so he'll be one that will definitely get opportunity. And just thinking across the board, we're actually a pretty good senior, junior heavy team this year.
Well, I know that you probably don't know too much about Eisenhower, and really I don't either. I think they only had one scrimmage, and they had 7 games last year instead of the usual, it would have been a 10-game regular season. It was 6 regular season and then 1 playoff game. What can you tell us about Eisenhower?
Well, they're a typical Eisenhower team. They're very athletic. They're very fast. They're physical. A lot of similarities. So what we have as well over here. So they're a big 6A school. We like to play 6A schools. Even with our schedule of 5A first couple games, and we expect a good match. We expect those guys to come after us and be physical and be aggressive.
All right, James Williams. One more question for you. Is there anything that one of your players has said? Not necessarily talking to you or even one of your assistants, but maybe that you overheard either this evening or during the week of practice that tells you they are really ready to start the season?
That's a good question, but because the answer is there's not one thing, because every day. These guys are so focused in. These guys want it real bad. Our leader at quarterback right now, Jacoby Banks, is an ultimate leader, and every day he's literally fighting in practice, competing in practice to get better. So really, is it one thing they've said? No, not really. It's literally every day, and their actions. I always tell them their mouths and the words they say is not as strong as your actions and how you practice and prepare, and these guys are prepared well.
All right. Thanks for being with us. And, of course, we'll be bugging you throughout the year, and I hope you don't mind. And then we'll talk to you through the month of December as well.
Let's definitely do December. I like that.
All right. We'll be back with a kickoff. Roger Smith here on VypeFortBend.com. It's Marshall and Eisenhower. Don't go away.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max.
Taking care of business.
Get ready. Saving starts with Xfinity. Because when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together, you can save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill over AT&T. Enjoy fast, reliable internet at home and nationwide 5G on the go, included at no extra cost. That means you can connect to everything you love, whether you're a next-level gaming aficionado, an online shopping mastermind, or crushing that research project. So go ahead, stream on all your devices or video chat from anywhere and save hundreds while doing it, because saving starts with Xfinity. Get Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile and ask how to get an eligible 5G phone on us. And for a limited time, $300 back. Don't miss out. Go to Xfinity.com/start saving. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Internet offer ends 9/30/21 and requires paperless billing and autopay. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Savings based on optimized pricing. Actual savings may vary.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
You remember their first steps. First time they rode a bike without training wheels, first school dance, and now first year they're driving to school. First Tire and Auto is a family business, and they remember all those first too. There's a store just minutes away from your house or the school, so be the first to claim your discounts on oil changes and more. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, from Hall Stadium, the Star-Spangled Banner. All right, the Marshall Buffs are ready to go from Hall Stadium, and we'll have the coin toss shortly, and we'll be able to tell you who gets the ball first. But we've got the starting lineups on both offense and defense for your Marshall Buffs, and we will share those with you right now. The receivers on offense, Rundrick Dudley. Also, when they need an F-back or a tight end, that's Jeffrey McWilliams, and also Chris Marshall and Jayon Johnson. They have several quality receivers, so the same guys won't be playing all the time. They'll rotate a lot of them in and out. Coach James Williams talked about the strength of his offensive line. He's very happy with it. The tackles are Anthony Chapman and Camden Williams. At guards, it's Christian Williams and Jerron Wallace, and Demetrius Charles, kind of the newcomer to the unit. He is the center and wears number 60. Their main running back starting is Aaron McGowan, and the quarterback Jacoby Banks. He is coming into his own, and he is ready to show out as a junior and lead this team. He played a lot last year, but he didn't play a lot of quarterback. But now the job is his, and he is very confident that he can lead the Buffs up and down the field. He's got a good passing arm, but he doesn't have to use it a whole lot. They have the great speed, of course. That is their signature. Lawrence Tillman is one of the captains for your Buffs tonight out at the middle of the field. Also Donovan Jackson, as well as Andreas Phillips Purvis And also one of their big guys up front, Christian Williams, whose name has already been given when we gave you the starting lineups on offense. Now on defense for your Marshall Buffs, the defensive ends are Logan Granville and Godfrey Johnson. The defensive tackle is Lawrence Tillman, and the one designated as nose tackle is Corell Harris. The linebacker unit is big, fast, and they can hit you hard. Caleb Cossey, Jordan Sample, and Adari Halsey, also known as AJ. So I think I'm going to call him AJ Halsey this year. And at cornerback, Chris Stevens and Matt Patterson. And the strong safety is Jacoby Strong White, so it'll be easy for me to remember which position he plays. And the free safety is Jacoby Chester. Well, Marshall has won the toss, or actually Eisenhower won the toss, but they decided to defer, and so they will kick off. I'm a little rusty. This is the first game. They are going to kick off, and they will kick off from north to south. That is to say, from left to right on your web radio dial as we get this 2021 season underway. We get it underway on time, game starting in August, like they're supposed to. Last year we had to wait until, I believe it was September 29th before we even did an event of any kind, and I can't even remember if it was a football game or a volleyball match. Rundrick Dudley is one of the guys back to receive the kick. And also it's Terrence Fontenot back there too. The ball is up on the tee, and for Eisenhower to kick it off, it is Jose Rosas, the junior. The ball right in the middle of the field at the 40-yard line. We are ready to rock from Hall Stadium, where just about all of the games that we bring you will be played this year. That is until the playoffs, and we hope we follow several Fort Bend teams on a long playoff road. Rosas with the short kickoff, fielded at the 20 by Rundrick Dudley, up the middle between the hash marks. He's got daylight, he's across the 40, and finally brought down at the 43-yard line. That's a good place to start for the Marshall Buffs. Tyler Bowski, senior fullback on special teams, made the stop on Rundrick Dudley. So Jacoby Banks did not wear number 1 on his jersey before, but that is his number now. Aaron McGowan joins him in the backfield. And the Buffs start with a 4-receiver set. You have that big physical offensive line. You can tell from here they're a lot bigger than the Eisenhower defensive line. Dropping back is Banks, stands strong, steps up, looks down the field, still has it, and throws late and over the middle and makes the catch. That's a big gain for Marshall inside the 20 and going all the way for a touchdown. It's Chris Marshall. Not the man for whom the school was named, obviously, but, you know, he's going to make a big name for himself. He already has in only his second season of football. Chris Marshall with a long touchdown pass, and it went 57 yards on the first play. Coming on to kick the extra point, Miguel Diaz for the Marshall Buffs. The holder is Jordan Davis. Right-footed kicker is Diaz, gets it up in the air, and he hooks it, but it's inside the post on the left, and it's good. 7-0 Marshall. 11:36 to go in the first quarter. I'm Roger Smith. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stabenow with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th-generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or NeedvilleInsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
So I was going to give you the Archer Volkswagen keys to victory tonight for Eisenhower because the Eagles are certainly the underdogs in this game. And, well, that's kind of been blown out of the water, at least one of the keys to victory, because I was going to say they really need to score first. And Marshall, on its first offensive play, went 57 yards for a touchdown to Chris Marshall. And so that key to victory has kind of gone down the storm drain, if you know what I mean. But if Eisenhower wants to stay in this ball game, when they get the ball on offense, they need to keep it for a long time. They don't want their defense to get tired chasing after those speedy Marshall ball handling position players. Now the kickoff by Andreas Phillips Purvis. It is a short one, comes down to the 15-yard line, and Eisenhower returning and up to the 25, taking a hard right turn and getting no farther than that to set them up at the 25-yard line to begin this ball game. Returning that opening kickoff, Mario Johnson, senior wide receiver. So as we mentioned before, the Marshall defense is tough. They're physical. They will rough you up and then they'll outrun you. And all the speed is not on offense. They have a lot of guys who can run sideline to sideline on defense and really pursue. Ryan Niblett is the quarterback for the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles. He's a very dynamic athlete, but he's not going to take the first snap. It's actually someone else. Zacchaeus Henry. Zacchaeus Henry took the first snap and he threw a little hitch pass over to the left over the head of his intended receiver, Joseph Albright. So it's 2nd down and 10 for the Eisenhower Eagles. Let's see, I'm just going to do something from memory. The first high school in the Aldine ISD was obviously Aldine, the Mustangs, and then the MacArthur Generals, and I believe Eisenhower was the 3rd high school in Aldine ISD. There's a handoff up the middle, but not a lot of traffic, openings in the traffic there. And that was the guy who returned the opening kickoff, Mario Johnson. And he gets only 3, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 yards to go. And we'll see if Marshall will unleash a pass rush, or maybe Eisenhower might figure out some kind of running play that would enable them to get the first down yardage. They need to get to their 36-yard line to convert. Henry fakes it on a draw play, rolls to the right, throws near the sideline, and it's incomplete off the fingertips of Ryan Niblett. Niblett was supposed to be the quarterback, according to a lot of preseason prognostications, but they put him out at wide receiver. That pass intended for him, but it's incomplete, and it's a 3 and out. You know, the Office Depot on Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace takes care of business, and the Buffs defense took care of business on this first possession, already with a 7-0 lead. They're going to get the ball back for the offense, we presume. And Niblett is the punting specialist for Eisenhower. Coming onto the field here late for the Marshall Buffs is Jared Howard, and we got a little something to say about him. We expect to see him at running back during this game tonight. It's a good snap, and Niblett gets it away, a little bit of backspin on it, and the punt taken, but not much of return right at the 47-yard line. Dropped right there is Rundrick Dudley. Good hustle down the field. Dion DeBlanc, a freshman, comes down on special teams and makes the tackle. It's 7-0. The Marshall defense on top. I say the Marshall Buffs are on top. And this time they get it again with very good field position. They got it at their own 43 last time. Now they have it at their 47. And we'll see if it takes them longer than one play to score. Aaron McGowan still in there at running back. Jacoby Banks sends Chris Marshall in motion from right to left, drops back. Here comes a late blitz. He steps up and avoids it. He's got plenty of running room across the 50, the 40, the 30, near sideline, still going inside the 20 and pushed out inside the 15-yard line. You know, that's the perfect timing that you want from a quarterback. Bryce Foster, by the way, probably saved a touchdown for Eisenhower, bumping Banks out. But that's a huge gain.
Chased out of bounds by number 16, Ridley.
34-yard gain for Jacoby Banks on his first running attempt of the game. Now here's a handoff, and going left is Aaron McGowan. Great blocking inside the 5, bounces off a tackler and goes into the end zone, standing up, leaving a couple more tacklers in his wake. Dion DeBlanc and Amarian Hobbs both got a shot at him, but by that time his momentum was so strong at the 1-yard line, there was no way they were going to keep him out of the end zone. And it's a touchdown for Aaron McGowan on the power sweep to the left. And it comes from 19 yards out. So coming on is Miguel Diaz to try and add another extra point. Marshall with a 2-play scoring drive that went 53 yards, and the kick is up, and it's good. 14-0 Marshall, and we're not even 2 minutes into this game. Roger Smith with you on VypeFortBend.com. We'll be back.
You remember their first steps. First time they rode a bike without training wheels, first school dance, and now first year they're driving to school. First Tire and Auto is a family business, and they remember all those first too. There's a store just minutes away from your house or the school, so be the first to claim your discounts on oil changes and more. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Number 80, Phillips Purvis back to kick for the Buffaloes.
There's the kickoff. The Marshall Buffs kicking it off for the 3rd time tonight already before 2 minutes of clock time have run off here at Hall Stadium. It depends on the poll that you look at, but the Marshall Buffs are ranked either number 1 or number 2 in the polls. And so they made it to the state championship football game in 2018 and 2019, and Aledo was just too good, denying the championship to the Buffs each time. And in the round of 8 in the playoffs last year, they lost to Crosby, but they are on a mission to get back to AT&T Stadium and get the victory. There are flags that come in on the first play from scrimmage after the kickoff by Eisenhower, and I think one of the Marshall Buffs jumped, and we'll see if our referee's microphone works. That's Anthony Davis. Yes, it was offside on the Marshall Buffs. And turn it on there, Mr. Davis. Let's see how it sounds. We always like to give you the best sound. We like to hear from the ref. Now he's turning it on. Well, I guess his microphone is not working. We'll hope it works next time, but of course we'll hope there are not a whole bunch of penalties in this game.
5-yard penalty against Marshall brings up 1st and 5.
I think the guy that darted across there was Logan Granville. So here we go with Zacchaeus Henry. He is not short like the Zacchaeus in the Bible. He takes the snap and he hands it off straight up the middle. 1-yard gain, that's it for Mario Johnson. A little spin move, but there was just a mass of big black jerseys. By the way, the Marshall Buffs wearing the home black jerseys with the UCLA-type striping in gold across the shoulders. And they wear the bright gold helmets with the large black capital letter M.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And the gold pants with the black and white stripes along the sides. And Ike's color scheme is very much the same, but they've got the white jerseys on tonight. They do have a series of decorations down the side. And there goes Mario Johnson trying to get around the corner, and he does make a good move to get to the 30, but coming up to make a hard hit. Oh, Chris Stevens is not a big dude, but he lit him up pretty good there.
Stevens brings up 3rd down and 2.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 2. Because of that penalty for offsides, it's not going to be too tough. In fact, let's call it 3rd down and 3. Well, I'm saying it's not going to be too tough with regard to down and distance, but it is going to be tough as far as going up against the Marshall defense. And now there's an I formation and a handoff to the bigger back over the left tackle. I think he's short of the 1st down. And they handed it off to Malachi Darby. He normally plays linebacker, but when they have short yardage situations, they go with him. And I think he's a yard short of the 1st down. But I think they might bring the sticks out. This might be the first time this year.
Darby, good enough for an Eagles. 1st down.
Actually, they eyeballed it and said he got the 1st down. I'm not so sure, but I'm not on the chain gang and I'm not wearing a striped shirt. By the way, be with us on Friday night. It'll be the Hightower Hurricanes in their first game under their new head coach, Cornelius Anthony, taking on the Bush Broncos of head coach Alan Aldridge. And the Bush Broncos really love to run the football. They're not really set at quarterback, but they're not expecting to throw the ball a whole lot this year. Hightower is loaded with talent. Dropping back is Henry. Quick release pass. Pass is tipped off the hands of the first intended receiver, and it goes into the unintended receiver, Malachi Darby, who catches it for a 7-yard gain, making an 8-yard gain to the 41-yard line of Eisenhower. So that went off the hands of Niblett, who was lined up over on the left side. Pass too hot to handle, but it worked out for Eisenhower, and they have a 2nd down and 2. And they send Darby in motion from right to left. Henry with 4 wide receivers to look at, swings it out of there. Mario Johnson takes the swing pass and gets close to the 1st down marker and hit hard after a gain of 2. It depends on where they spot it. I'm just not sure if he has it. Somebody's helmet came off for the Marshall Buffs. That was Mike Patterson. So I don't know if he got the harder hit or if it was Caleb Cossey. But what I do know is that Mike Patterson is going to have to come off the field for at least one play, and they eyeballed it again, and they said that Mario Johnson did make it past the yard line that he needed to get the 1st down, and so they move the sticks, the second 1st down of the game for Eisenhower. 7:08 to go in the 1st quarter. Marshall leading 14-0. They've only run 3 offensive plays. 2 of them were touchdowns, and a whistle before the snap as Niblett moved out from his wide receiver position and stopped in the backfield and took the ball on a delay, but whistles were already blowing by the time he got the ball in his hands. So I mentioned that on Friday night. Tomorrow night we have Hightower against Bush, 6:45 countdown to kickoff show. And on Saturday night, it's the Dulles Vikings and the Kempner Cougars. Kempner is not lining up in the flex bone anymore. Speaking of formations, empty backfield for the first time for Eisenhower. And there's a give to Johnson on the jet sweep, and he turns it up inside the tackles, made a very quick cut. And he takes it forward for 2 yards. Marshall's Lawrence Tillman there to fill the hole.
Johnson for the Eagles.
2nd down and 8. And this is one of those keys to victory if Eisenhower can avoid getting down too far. They need to maintain a nice long drive and keep the Buffs offense off the field. There's a flag. They let them play on, and there is a long pass by Henry, and it is just off the fingertips of Niblett, who had a step on his man at the 10-yard line. He had run past Jacoby Chester, and we'll see what the flag is going to be. Hopefully we will hear the voice of Anthony Davis, who appeared on our Countdown to Kickoff show. Well, he gave the signal of offsides against the Buffs, and it'll be a 5-yard penalty to make it, let's see, 2nd down, and it's going to be 2nd down and 3. So Eisenhower sticking to the keys to victory, brought to you by Archer Volkswagen, and maintaining a good, solid, long drive, taking good care of the football. Fake to Johnson, and then trying to get to his right, but cannot get out of the backfield is the quarterback. That's Zacchaeus Henry.
Quarterback keep by number 11.
It does not work right there.
So, third down.
Third down and 6 yards to go for these Eisenhower Eagles. And I have a feeling they might, if they come up short of the stick that they need, if it's not a big loss on third down, they might just go ahead and go for it. What do they have to lose? Zacchaeus Henry in the spread formation. 4-man front for your Marshall Buffs. There goes Niblett in motion to the left. They look over there, fake the pass. There goes Henry, but he can't get out of the backfield for more than a 1-yard gain. Caleb Cossey was spying on him, and he just followed him the whole way. The Marshall defense was not fooled whatsoever.
Number 9, Cossey.
So it looks like Eisenhower will, however, I had speculated that they might not punt the football if they had 4th and reasonable, and they do have 4th and just short of 5 yards to go, but they're going to go ahead and punt. Niblett takes the snap. It's a good one, and it's off the side of his foot. Very bad punt. Goes out of bounds at the Marshall 40-yard line. So that's going to be a punt that only travels 13 yards.
Gives the ball to Marshall. 1st and 10.
So Marshall gets the ball back. Their offense has already put up 14 points, but they've been efficient. They've only run 3 plays.
Spectators from standing and loitering in the aisles or the concourse area between the lower and the upper stands. All spectators are asked to move into the seating area and out of the aisles and concourse.
There are going to be 2 backs in the backfield alongside the quarterback Jacoby Banks on this third possession.
Your cooperation is appreciated.
One of them is Jared Howard. And they give it to Jared Howard on the first play, running around the left side, and he goes out of bounds after a pickup of 4, maybe 5. Making the tackle for Eisenhower, Malachi Darby. And Jared Howard has a future, an awesome future. And Comcast and Xfinity are the future of awesome. So keep an eye on Jared Howard, just a sophomore. There aren't a whole lot of sophomores on this very talented Marshall team. They're kind of junior heavy. On second down, Banks play action pass, in trouble in the backfield, runs it up the middle, gets what he can, and that's only back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he might have lost a yard, so it's going to be 3rd down and a long 7 for the Marshall Buffs defense. This is the first time this year, this year, because this game is the first game of the year. It's the first time this year that they've had a possession where it took them more than 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now they go back with the formation they used on their first 2 possessions. Aaron McGowan in the backfield. In motion, Rundrick Dudley. And the fake. And a give up the middle, or a keeper up the middle, and a first down run down to the Eisenhower 40-yard line. A quick pickup of 17 yards by Jacoby Banks.
Quarterback keep by number 1, Banks. Good enough for Marshall.
It was the fake to McGowan, and that held the linebackers in a little bit of a hesitation position. If you just joined us, you've missed a lot. Chris Marshall on the first play from scrimmage caught a pass where Banks scrambled smartly and let go of it. And all the way for a touchdown went Chris Marshall. And here's a swing pass in the left flat. Incomplete off the hands of Jaden Johnson. Should have had that one. Just kind of took off before he really had the football secured. 2nd down and 10 from the 41-yard line of the Eisenhower Eagles. This is the debut of VypeFortBend.com football. And the Marshall Buffs looking just as good as advertised so far with a lead of 14-0. Roger Smith with you, and the broadcast team tomorrow night when we have Hightower and Bush is going to be yours truly, along with Bryant Nabufe, a former pro athlete. There is the give to McGowan going around the left side. He's hit after he gets about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. Keeps on struggling down to the 35. That's a pickup of 6 yards. And it'll bring up a third down and a long 3. In the process of making the tackle, Malachi Darby lost his helmet. So he goes to the sidelines for one play. He's replaced by Jonathan Corbin.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Todd Harris, a member of the staff at Sugarland Middle School, doing the PA announcing tonight. Big help to us, promoting our broadcast. Rolling to the right after a play fake is Banks. Throws in the flat to Marshall for a first down. Got it at the 25. Stepped out of bounds, 11-yard gain, and it's a first down. You know, that is a first down.
Number 4, Marshall. Chased out of bounds by number 3, Niblett. Good enough for a Marshall. First down.
As I said, that is a first down, and think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check out their 4 locations in Fort Bend County or go to firsttireandauto.com. There was a dead ball foul. A flag came out after that play was over, and it's going to be some kind of non-contact foul, unsportsmanlike conduct. But it might be offsetting penalties because it doesn't look like the officials are walking anything off. There were several players assembled over there near the far sideline, just inside that point. Okay, well, Anthony Davis just signaled that it's unsportsmanlike conduct against Eisenhower. It's not offsetting penalties, and so that will move the ball closer to the goal line. It's at the 25, so that'll be half the distance, moving it down to the 12.5. It'll be 1st and 10 from there for the Marshall Buffs, who are looking to score a 3rd touchdown at least before we get out of the first quarter. They've been scoring a lot of touchdowns, and so the flag crew is working hard, running up and down the field. And Janai Williams, daughter of head coach James Williams, is one of those flag carriers. More on that in just a moment. Banks takes the snap, fakes a handoff, goes straight up the middle into the end zone for a touchdown. 13 yards away, Jacoby Banks with a touchdown run.
Run by number 1, Jacoby Banks for a Marshall touchdown.
Well, that was easy as you please, but as I said before, Janai Williams, who's a member of the state championship Marshall girls track team, is going to be one of those on the flag crew. They'll run down the field as soon as we get the extra point from Miguel Diaz. And speaking of family, that is our Nick's Italian Restaurant family connection. Remember, the Nick's family gets bigger every time you stop by. And that's the family connection. Janai Williams and her mates now running down the field with the flags that spell out Buffs. The extra point kicked by Diaz is good. 3 minutes exactly to go in the first quarter. And Marshall leads it by a score of 21-0. You're listening to VypeFortBend.com.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Receives the kick and brings it back, brought down by number 20, Carter brings up first down, Eagles.
Demarion Cooper with the best run back of a kickoff tonight by the Eisenhower Eagles. Gets it out to the 38-yard line, and that's where the Eagles will start a new possession. Demarion Cooper, good-looking sophomore defensive back. Marshall looking sharp thus far, and they have not taxed their defense too much. Now we got a bigger presence in the backfield. And Henry swings a pass out and gets it to Darby, but Darby, while powerful, is not very quick, and he is unable to avoid the fast pursuing Marshall defense.
Number 10, Darby, brought down by number 9,
Cossey in on the tackle along with Godfrey Johnson.
And number 99,
and that was actually a loss of half a yard, so it's second down and 10.5. Our Saturday night game from Hall Stadium coming your way at 5:45 with a countdown to kickoff show, Dulles and Kempner. And it'll be myself along with Patrick Kinnick bringing you the play-by-play. Before this play can get snapped, there is movement. And I think on the right side of the Buffs defensive line, they jumped across. Lawrence Tillman and or Godfrey Johnson stepping across. By the way, I want to thank my quality assistant, who at this point is the mystery man. I don't know his name. Outstanding quality assistant. I have turned down my crowd mic a little bit. Thank you for the tip. And also, if you would please give me your name, because I like to give credit where credit is due. Helping us make sure that we sound good for you on VypeFortBend.com. Mario Johnson in the backfield. Henry fakes it to him, runs the naked bootleg around the right side, and he was naked with the door open, if you know what I mean, because that did not fool the Marshall defense. He went right and only picked up a couple of yards on the tackle. Jacoby Strong White, the strong safety.
For a short gain, brings up third down.
It is a very humid night here at Hall Stadium. Trey Grubb. Thank you, Trey Grubb, quality assistant. You're doing a great job. You know, you might have been my quality assistant in the past, and I just didn't know because you didn't identify yourself. You're my unseen, unnamed hero. A run over the left side and a first down run for the Eisenhower Eagles as Ryan Niblett runs like a Texas tornado and gets 3 more yards than he needed. Takes the ball down to the Marshall 47-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from there. And I believe that is the first time that Eisenhower has had a first down inside Buffs territory. By the way, we're in Texas. I did say naked bootleg. I should have said naked. Nekkid, naked as in bootleg. Here's a double pass. Niblett trying to get rid of it, but here comes the defense. He's going to pull it down and run, and he gets a gain of just 3 yards. A lot of sound and fury signifying nothing. It did not fool the Marshall defense, who didn't let any receiver get behind them, and Logan Granville finished off the tackle to make it 2nd down and 7.
It'll be 2nd down, Eagles.
Great discipline on the part of the Marshall defense. Toyas Rainey, their defensive coordinator, did a great job. And, you know, it's trickeration that can take a team like Eisenhower that's really outmanned and enable them to get some scores that they wouldn't otherwise get.
Not given the applause that they usually deserve, so put your hands together for the athletic administration of both schools.
That's the end of the first quarter. 21-0, Marshall on top. We'll take a break and be back. This is Roger Smith with you on VypeFortBend.com.
Get ready. Saving starts with Xfinity. Because when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together, you can save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill over AT&T. Enjoy fast, reliable internet at home and nationwide 5G on the go, included at no extra cost. That means you can connect to everything you love, whether you're a next-level gaming aficionado, an online shopping mastermind, or crushing that research project. So go ahead, stream on all your devices or video chat from anywhere and save hundreds while doing it, because saving starts with Xfinity. Get Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile and ask how to get an eligible 5G phone on us. And for a limited time, $300 back. Don't miss out. Go to Xfinity.com/start saving. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Internet offer ends 9/30/21 and requires paperless billing and autopay. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Savings based on optimized pricing. Actual savings may vary.
All right, here we go with the second quarter. Eisenhower with a second down and 7 yards from the 44-yard line of the Marshall Buffs, but the Eagles are trailing your Buffs 21-0. Zacchaeus Henry takes the snap, hands it up the middle to Super Mario Johnson, the senior who's listed as a wide receiver, but they've got him at running back, and he's been getting most of the carries tonight.
Number 28, Johnson, the ball carrier, brought down by number 99.
And that's a pickup of 3 more to bring up a third down and a long 4 yards against the Marshall Buffs. I would really like to check out the weather so I can tell you just how warm it is here at Hall Stadium. Third down and 4. Henry turns around and says a little something to his running back, Johnson. Takes the snap, claps his hands together, looks to the right, now pulls it down. He's looking for running room, and he's hit, and he picks up 2 more yards. So that's going to leave them 2 yards shy of the first down on 4th down. And it will be decision time, and I think they might bring in that bull elephant backfield and try and pick up 2 yards and keep this possession going. Yep, I see that the guy who's kind of in the Mike Allstott or Daryl Johnston position is Omar Solis. They give it to the second man through, and over the left they go. That's Darby diving forward and gets the first down. That moves the sticks, a 4-yard pickup to the 35 of Marshall.
Carried by number 10, Darby, good enough for an Eagle.
Jacoby Strong-White come up, and he cut his legs out from under him, but his momentum was going forward, and that is a first down. We have a heavy presence of local media in Hall Stadium tonight. There is a Daniel Gotera sighting. He's with Channel 11, and now they give it to Darby up the middle on 1st and 10, and he picks up 4. And so the Eisenhower offensive line has really been persevering out there. Even though they are down 21-0, they have been able to open up some holes and maintain possession. In fact, the time of possession in this first quarter favors, in the first quarter, which ended a couple of minutes ago, it favors the Eisenhower Eagles. Now they maintain that I formation, 2nd down and 3, and there's the give to Darby. He's met immediately before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing. Chris Stevens in there mixing it up with the big boys along with Jacoby Chester, and it's no gain. It'll be 3rd down and a long 3. In fact, they backed him up a yard. 3rd down and 4 to come for Eisenhower as they try and finish off a drive against these Marshall Buffs. Marshall won its first game in a shutout last year. That was against the Elkins Knights. They won the game 7-0. Shocking in a couple of ways. Bootleg, there goes Henry. He's got first down yardage and more. Zigging and zagging near the sideline. Gets out at the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 9, and it moves the sticks. That's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive. For all your car care needs, check them out at firsttireandauto.com.
Eagles, first down.
So the ball is on the right hash mark, and Eisenhower has not thrown a forward pass yet. Actually, they have. They threw a forward pass for an incompletion. It was just a very short pass intended for a receiver who was only 2 yards down the field. They did throw one sideways pass and wanted to throw another one down the field, but the Marshall defense was ready. Fake to Mario Johnson. Up the middle goes Zacchaeus Henry, and he takes it down 4 yards to the 16. And we know Marshall Buffs teams are always very well conditioned, but it's very warm out here tonight. In fact, it is so warm. How warm is it? Well, it is so warm that my iPhone can't remember where the little tab to get the weather information is. And that's hot. Didn't mean to go all, what's her name on you. There is a jet sweep going right. Good yardage inside the 5, still going. And it's Joseph Albright, who came from the left side of the field to the right, grabbed the ball, and he looked like he was very anxious to do something with it. And he took it all the way down to the 2-yard line. It's 1st and goal from right there for the Eisenhower Eagles. Where is my weather thing? There it is. It's 88 degrees in Sugar Land, but we're in Missouri City. So hopefully it'll tell me how much different it is in Missouri City very soon. Quarterback sneak by Henry. Big push by his offensive line, and he's in for a touchdown. 2-yard touchdown run for Eisenhower. Zacchaeus Henry. He scores from 2 yards away. 8:04 to go in this first half. On to add the extra points for Eisenhower, Jose Rosas. Holding for him is Jonathan Corbin. And the kick is up, looks good, and it is good. We have a new score. Marshall 21 and the Eisenhower Eagles 7 will return on VypeFortBend.com.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
This month's food tonight is provided by Honore's Cajun Cafe, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend ISD Athletics. Stop by for a wide variety of Cajun classics and enjoy the great food and atmosphere for the whole family.
Want to give 2 special salutes to you. First of all, I want to congratulate my good friend Richard Gregor. And I'm really not sure if I ever pronounced his last name correctly. I heard him say it, and it sounded a little differently than I had said it. But he was one of the assistant athletic directors for many years in Fort Bend ISD as the district head athletic trainer, and he hopefully is enjoying his retirement. Good for you, Richard. You did many wonderful things for, well, I guess literally thousands of student athletes over the years in Fort Bend ISD. And we want to welcome his replacement, Amy Marietta. It's either Amy Maratta or Amy Marietta. I've seen it spelled 2 different ways. You know, one of them was like the quarterback, Marietta. So the kickoff, by the way, great job by Jose Rosas. He boots it into the end zone, and Marshall leaves it alone. So it'll be brought out to the 25-yard line of the Buffs. It's 86 degrees in Missouri City. Hey, how about that? It's 2 degrees cooler here than it is in Sugar Land. You know, people pay a lot of money for a really good sauna. All you have to do is come out here to Hall Stadium. It's been a hot one, and it remains a hot one even now that the sun is down. Out in the sticks down Highway 6 in Missouri City, and that's a little honor to Dusty Hill of ZZ Top, who passed away this summer. Jacoby Banks fakes a handoff, throws down the near sideline. Marshall tries to make the catch, and it goes off his one hand. Excellent defense there, I have to say, by Ryan Niblett, stride for stride with the much taller Chris Marshall, who tried to make a one-hand catch because there was a little hand fighting going on. No flag thrown, and that's probably the best. I don't think you could justify throwing a flag there. It was good defense on the part of Ryan Niblett. Second down and 10 for Marshall, 7:56 to go in the half. And a late snap, early movement, no flags though. Banks has it, rolling around the right side, outside the numbers. There he goes. He may go all the way. Did he stay in bounds, and do we have no flags? It is a touchdown, the second running touchdown of the night for Jacoby Banks, and it goes 75 yards. You know, I'm just amazed. It looked to me like nearly every player on the field was moving before I saw the snap go back toward Jacoby Banks. But no flags came down. He grabbed the snap. Just a very simple play, a little quarterback sweep to the right. And there he went. Jacoby Banks, 75 yards, and he's got 2 touchdowns already during this season. 7:40 to go in the first half. And if the extra point by Diaz is good, it'll be 28-7. And a whistle before they get the extra point kick underway. You know, I need to meet the new assistant athletic director in charge of athletic training and find out if she's Murata or Mariota. I think it's Murata. I really think it is because that's her email address. I'm going to go with Murata. She was on the staff at Hightower for a long time, and now she is an administrator. And we're happy for you, Amy, and thank you for the dedication by you and Deborah Mize and Shannon Rideout and Jeff Keener, and, of course, the head athletic director, Dina Scott. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
28-7, Marshall. And before we went to that last break, I told you it was 86 degrees here at Hall Stadium at 7:52 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And just in case you're wondering, well, is the wind blowing to keep everybody a little comfortable? Well, I feel a little bit of wind up here on the upper concourse, but the flags are not moving, so there's just not a lot of wind. High, short kickoff, and it's going to come down to Jonathan Corbin running to his right, trying to advance up the field, and he gets to the 32-yard line. And that's where the Eisenhower Eagles, trailing 28-7, will start their offensive drive. Stick around for halftime. It's going to be great. We have 2 outstanding guests for you. We have Mariela and Melina from Nick's Italian Restaurant, and also Haley Hester of Varsity Hype. You're going to like Varsity Hype because I know there are a lot of video services out there that help you with video highlights for someone who's a high school athlete. And they're good services, but they can tend to be a little more expensive. Varsity Hype, Haley Hester is going to tell you how you can get all the quality that you want for a lot less. And there is a quick pass, a hitch screen to the left, incomplete, intended for Joseph Albright. He was belted by his opposing number, Jacoby Strong-White. They both wear number 6, and Jacoby Strong-White came up strong and blasted him as the ball arrived, and it came in a little bit high too. 7:24 to go in this first half. 28-7, Marshall on top. There aren't a lot of scores for us to bring you here on this first Thursday night of the season. but we'll bring you what we can. Henry out of the spread. Delay handoff. Hands it up to Mario Johnson. Bounces off one tackler. Keeps on going and picks up 6 yards to the 37-yard line. Correction, make that 5 yards to the 37. Jacoby Strong-White hit him first. He did keep going, but he went down right after that, finishing off the tackle for your Marshall Buffs, Godfrey Johnson, the right defensive end. Remember, it's Hightower and Bush from Hall Stadium tomorrow night, 6:45 p.m., with a countdown to kickoff show. And then on Saturday night, it's Dulles and Elkins. Dulles and Kempner. Dropping back as Henry throws. He's got Johnson on the run. 30, still going, cuts back, still going inside the 20. One man to beat, and into the end zone for a touchdown. 64-yard touchdown by Super Mario Johnson. And right at the end, one Buff did bring him down, but he was already headed for the end zone. That was Mike Patterson, who did not give up on the play, to his credit. But Eisenhower hanging in there. They are fighting, they are competing, and you got to respect that. So the Marshall Buffs defense, I know they like to pitch shutouts, and they might have had visions of a shutout after one quarter, but, well, Eisenhower's offense has really come to play in this second quarter. 6:28 to go. And on for the extra point is Jose Rosas. High snap. And it's off the left upright, but it ricochets in the right direction for Eisenhower. It goes through and it's good. It's 28-14. 6:28 to go before we reach halftime here at Hall Stadium. This is VypeFortBend.com.
You remember their first steps. First time they rode a bike without training wheels, first school dance, and now first year they're driving to school. First Tire and Auto is a family business, and they remember all those firsts too. There's a store just minutes away from your house or the school, so be the first to claim your discounts on oil changes and more. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stabenow with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
Ready for the kickoff, and those of you listening in Aldine, I want to tell you that we really respect the way your team is playing tonight. They have momentum. I believe they will get the ball first to start the third quarter, and if they can keep this margin at 28-14 before we go to the halftime break, they're going to be in good shape to give Marshall fits in the second half. A lot of it will be about conditioning, which team is conditioned better. But the Eisenhower Eagles playing great football thus far in the second quarter as they've drawn within 28-14. There's another long, high kickoff, and it gets away from Rundrick Dudley inside his 5. He has to pick it up, and now he gets across the 20, and he might have broken it for a touchdown. He's brought down at the 28-yard line on a beautiful open field special teams tackle by Darius Stewart. And we have one of Stewart's teammates kind of in the wake of the play, kind of sitting there with his legs stretched out, and he's probably just got cramps. Usually when someone's sitting like that and they reach out for the toes and pull them back toward them, that's what it is. And one of the trainers is out there. He's kind of got the feet in the air now and stretch out the back side of the legs, not just the hamstrings, but also the calves. And so this is a good time. You know, we just heard that commercial spot for our new sponsor, the Needville Insurance Agency, and Bradley Stabenow And we mentioned Dina Scott before that. She is the athletic director in her second full year in that position for Fort Bend ISD. And you know that Bradley Stavanaugh is your trusted hometown agent. He knows Fort Bend County. And Dina Scott is your trusted hometown athletic director. She was one of the greatest female athletes in the history of Dulles High School. And she served for many years as an assistant athletic director. And now she's got the top job in the athletic department. And we're thrilled about it. She's doing a great job. And, of course, it's been a very challenging first year and a half or so for her. Meanwhile, we're not playing football again yet because the player with the cramp, whom I haven't been able to identify, is still out there. We'll step aside and be back. 28-14, Marshall leads it. 6:17 away from halftime. We'll be back.
Get ready. Saving starts with Xfinity. Because when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together, you can save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill over AT&T. Enjoy fast, reliable internet at home and nationwide 5G on the go, included at no extra cost. That means you can connect to everything you love, whether you're a next-level gaming aficionado, an online shopping mastermind, or crushing that research project. So go ahead, stream on all your devices or video chat from anywhere and save hundreds while doing it, because saving starts with Xfinity. Get Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile and ask how to get an eligible 5G phone on us. And for a limited time, $300 back. Don't miss out. Go to Xfinity.com/start saving. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Internet offer ends 9/30/21 and requires paperless billing and autopay. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus Internet customers only. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Savings based on optimized pricing. Actual savings may vary.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
Everything, and we mean everything. We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max.
Taking care of business.
Back at Hall Stadium, and the player with the cramp is still down. He got up momentarily, and then I think what he has is kind of beyond cramps. I think it's muscle spasms, and the trainers have had to get him on his back, and they're two different trainers, one stretching each leg to try and get him where he can get off the field. And in the meantime, I want to confess my love for someone. There's someone I really love, and it's my brother-in-law, James Green. He's always listening to our ball games, and when he does, he often texts me very important information because, you know, sometimes I'm being a one-man band like I am here tonight, and I have to gather up scores while I'm spinning plates and doing all kinds of things, juggling. Well, he's brought me some scores. All right, games of interest in the second quarter. And James, when he says games of interest, I trust his judgment that, yes, these games will be of interest to you. The Woodlands and Langham Creek are scoreless in the second quarter. And the Battle of the Causeway over Galveston Bay. Lamarck and Galveston Ball are scoreless in the second quarter. But we do have a score between Texas City and Clearbrook. It is 27-6, the Stingarees on top in the second quarter. Here's some more scores for you. Cy Ranch leading 7-0 over Cy Fair. Great defense in that being played, obviously. And Cy Fair, year in, year out, they have one of the most disciplined defenses that you would ever want to see. And yet Cy Ranch is playing even better defense thus far with a 7-0 lead. C.E. King is leading Cy Falls 7-0 in the second. C.E. King is going to face Ridgepoint in week 3. The Stratford Spartans leading 13-0 over the Alvin Yellow Jackets. That's in the second. and a game between the Aldine Mustangs and the Grand Oaks team out of Conroe ISD are also scoreless. Well, let's see. They got the player with the cramps up on his feet, and I couldn't quite see what his number was, but I'm sure he's going to be all right eventually. He may not be able to get back into this game for a while until those muscles calm down and some of us know exactly how bad it is. All right, 1st and 10 from the 28 and a jet sweep going left. Going to be a first down carry by Rundrick Dudley of Marshall, and he is slung out of bounds. I'm not sure. I think I might have seen a late flag come in. Did they get him for a horse collar tackle or unnecessary roughness or something? Well, you know, everybody out there is wearing a lot of gold, and so I guess I just imagined seeing the penalty marker. There is no penalty marker, but it is an 11-yard gain for a first down by Rundrick Dudley. And the Buffs would like to get back on the scoreboard as their lead has been sliced to 28-14. Banks rolls to his right, throws back the other way to Marshall, and off his hands, incomplete. The ball wobbled and was thrown a little bit high, even for big Chris Marshall. Could not hang on. Had to leap up a couple of feet in the air like he was going for a rebound. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10 with 5:49 to go before halftime. And remember, halftime is going to be entertaining because we have the, let's see, I'm going to call them Las Dos Damas Fabulosas from Nick's Italian Restaurant, Mariela and Melina Torres. And they will be our halftime guests. And also Haley Hester of Varsity Hype. On 2nd down and 10, Banks drops back, little half roll to the right, pulls the ball down, throws complete for a first down to the 38-yard line as he found Terrence Fontenot, diving catch in front of his opposite number, Dion DeBlanc. And it is a first down for the Marshall Buffs. That's a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. Ball at the 38. We're under 5.5 minutes to go before the first half expires. Marshall in control with a 28-14 lead. Banks surveys the defense, claps his hands together, fakes it on a delay down the far sideline, underthrows his man Jaden Johnson, who was engaged in a little hand fight with the cornerback Jonathan Corbin. And there is a flag down on the field. I think they might have gotten Corbin for a hold or perhaps interference. And in this first broadcasted game of 2021, hey, how about that? Well, Anthony Davis's mic is working kind of intermittently, but it's not very loud. Nevertheless, it was holding. And it advances the ball down to the 28-yard line of Eisenhower. Automatic first down on a defensive holding penalty. 5:08 to go before the half. Banks taking his time. Play clock down to 20. Now he gets the play underway and gives it off to McGowan on a delay. Spins. Flag comes in. Great effort by Aaron McGowan, who carries it forward for 7 yards before they push him back. We'll see what the flag is, but Omar Solis made the tackle for the Eisenhower Eagles. And all the best to their head coach, Eric Jackson. I talked to him on the phone this week, and I'm very sorry that he could not be here this evening, but I know he very much wants to be with his team when they get back on the field in week 2. And serving as the co-head coach in the interim, Brandon Perkins, the defensive coordinator, and Kevin Goodwin, the offensive coordinator. And the penalty is against the Marshall Buffs. They were caught holding, while on the play before it was Aldine Eisenhower that was caught holding. So now it's first down and 20 from the 38. Banks has all day, throws for the end zone. Deep, going out there for Jaden Johnson, and it's incomplete. He was double covered. Good job down there. Dion DeBlanc going stride for stride.
Pass is incomplete, intended for number 7, Johnson.
And that reminds me, I need to say hello to Vicky LeBlanc in Conroe. We will never forget Vicky. She is LeBlanc, and the defensive back for Aldine Eisenhower is DeBlanc. So after that incomplete pass, it's now 2nd down and 20. Marshall looks like they're having a little trouble getting organized with their personnel. And they call a timeout. We'll take it with them. This is VypeFortBend.com, 28-14. Marshall on top with 4:42 to go in the half.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stabenow with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
We see all you do to get work done, whether it's keeping your office clean or redesigning your space for 3 or 300. Our business is to keep business going. Buy online and pick up in store or get free next business day shipping at Office Depot, OfficeMax, and OfficeDepot.com.
By the way, I want to send out some very special good wishes and a get well soon sincere wish from my heart for my good friend Samantha Hatvanny. And also a salute to her husband John and their son Ben, their son Jake, and Jake and his wife Kara, who live up in Waco now, and also their beautiful daughter Leah. But Samantha just had surgery yesterday, and she's okay and avoided a lot of the complications that we were afraid of, so prayers are answered. Get well soon, Samantha Hatvanny. Here's another play-action pass. Chris Marshall catches it inside the 5 and into the end zone for a touchdown for the Marshall Buffs. Somebody just came out of the press box. It's a shame he just missed that touchdown for Chris Marshall from 38 yards out. His 2nd catch of the night for a touchdown. Yes, it is a little steamy out here, sir, but I love it. 38-yard touchdown pass to get the lead back up to 21 if Diaz can hit the extra point. Out of the hold of Jordan Davis. Roger Smith with you on VypeFortBend.com. Jordan Davis, I believe, is one of the backup quarterbacks for the Buffs, and I wonder if in the second half, with the game pretty well under control as far as the score, will Coach James Williams allow his younger players to get out there and get some reps, get some live game action? Or would he prefer for Jacoby Banks to stay in there and really get to refine his game? And there's a bit of a delay here. I'm not really sure what it is. All of the players seem to be on the field like they're supposed to be. I guess it's a play clock issue, but hey, it's a conversion. Come on now. Don't forget tomorrow, Hightower against Bush, 6:45 with the Countdown to Kickoff show. And also on Saturday night, 5:45 with the Countdown to Kickoff show before Dulles and Kempner. By the way, I love those local high school football shows, including Matt Musil's Inside High School Sports. And on the little open for that show, you know, when they're playing the music and you know it's the show, well, I think either the second or the third shot that they show you is James Williams, the coach of the Marshall Buffs. He's leaning forward in AT&T Stadium at a state championship game, clapping his hands together. What a great coach. And I told him during this offseason, I'm just so glad he's still here, and says he's not going anywhere, and he might have that team to get that state championship trophy this year. It'll be an honor to watch the drama unfold and watch them pursue their quest from now until the Saturday before Christmas. And I'm trying to remember if they make it to the state championship game, will 5A Division II play the championship on Friday or on Saturday? I just don't know. All right, well, whatever the thing was, I guess it was the play clock. Now the play clock is ticking down, and Miguel Diaz takes a couple of steps over. He's ready to kick the extra point. Good hold, kick on the way, and it's no good. He missed it to the left, and our score is 34-14, 4:30 to go before halftime. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
You remember their first steps. First time they rode a bike without training wheels, first school dance, and now first year they're driving to school. First Tire and Auto is a family business, and they remember all those first too. There's a store just minutes away from your house or the school, so be the first to claim your discounts on oil changes and more. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
You are We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max.
Taking care of business.
Andreas Phillips Purvis kicks off for your Marshall Buffs. The kick goes straight down the middle of the field and comes down at the 16-yard line, and running to the left and zigging and zagging and picking up about 10 yards is Joseph Albright. And the Eisenhower Eagles trailing 34-14 with 4:21 to go. We'll get back on the field offensively. And folks, I don't want to alarm anyone, but I did see a lightning flash off to what I believe is our east or our north. When I get this far down Highway 6, sometimes I get a little turned around. Okay, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line, and as Henry hands it up the middle, and it's a 4-yard pickup for Mario Johnson. Hanging on to his feet and making the stop for your Marshall Buffs was Rene Urbina, senior linebacker. So the Buffs are already getting some folks on the field who are not starters, and that's good. And Lawrence Tillman was also in on that tackle for your Buffs. Henry's going to pass. Straight drop back. They protect him well. Fires over the middle, and it's caught. This will be a long touchdown inside the 20, going all the way. Look at that. 71-yard touchdown pass to Ryan Niblett. And based on last year, we thought he'd be throwing touchdown passes, and now he's catching them. Wow. So Henry has run for a touchdown and thrown for a touchdown. Well, that Ryan Niblett, when you can outrun the Marshall secondary, that's something to hang your hat on. So it's now 34-20. Jose Rosas will come on and try to add the extra point. He doesn't have brightly colored shoes, I don't think, or maybe he does, which means he's got to be a soccer player. Has to be. Kick is up, and it's good. 34-21, 3:35 to go before the half. We'll be right back. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Get ready. Saving starts with Xfinity. Because when you get Xfinity Internet and mobile together, you can save up to $400 a year on your wireless bill over AT&T. Enjoy fast, reliable internet at home and nationwide 5G on the go, included at no extra cost. That means you can connect to everything you love, whether you're a next-level gaming aficionado, an online shopping mastermind, or crushing that research project. So go ahead, stream on all your devices or video chat from anywhere and save hundreds while doing it, because saving starts with Xfinity. Get Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Plus, add Xfinity Mobile and ask how to get an eligible 5G phone on us. And for a limited time, $300 back. Don't miss out. Go to Xfinity.com/start saving. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Internet offer ends 9/30/21 and requires paperless billing and autopay. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Savings based on optimized pricing. Actual savings may vary.
Almost ready for the kickoff. Eisenhower coming back onto the field, trailing 34-21. We got a lot of football to play here. And, I mentioned that Coach Williams is still on the Chevy Inside High School Sports Open. He's one of the first people that you see clapping his hands together before they go to Matt Musil for the weekly show. That comes, the new edition of it is always on Saturday night. By the way, we'll pause here for the kickoff. And it's a little squib kick by Rosas. And it bounces once, and here comes Dudley with a strong kickoff return all the way back to the 41-yard line before he's pulled down. In hot pursuit was Dion DeBlanc. And the other thing I was going to say, speaking of television shows and Coach Williams, he was named the ARS Rescue Rooter Coach of the Week on the show hosted by Todd Freed on... it's on AT&T Sportsnet, H-Town High School Sports. The first edition of that show came on Tuesday, I think. Normally they like to start it on Monday, but of course if there is Astros baseball that's live on a Monday, then they will have to debut the weekly show maybe on Tuesday, some other time. All right, Banks rolls to his left, throws back to the right. Chris Marshall breaks a tackle, making a move on a man at the 50, and a guy has him by the foot, and help arrives as he takes the ball to the 46-yard line. That's a 14-yard pickup by Chris Marshall, and he's wearing very shiny, silvery spikes out there, and gets up looking like he feels a bit uncomfortable. Hopefully he can shake that off. That guy's a beast. Chris Marshall, one of the best athletes I've seen in a long time. He's a great basketball player and a great football player. Banks now throws a hitch pass to the left. Got a completion and good yardage down the far sideline. Breaking a tackle. A flag comes in late. And all the way down inside the 25-yard line is Kavan Misher with his first catch. We'll see if the play stands.
Pass is complete to number 13, Misher. There is a flag on the play.
It'll be a 21-yard catch if it stands. And the flag came in from down the field as if maybe there was perhaps a horse collar tackle or a face mask. But unfortunately for the Buffs, the penalty will be on the Buffs. And that'll back them up. Let's see. I'm going to turn up the crowd mic so maybe you can hear Anthony Davis if he explains. Well, you can hear the cheerleaders, but you can't hear Anthony Davis. By the way, there have been some more lightning flashes. Oh, my goodness. I hope our night doesn't end early. I hope our action isn't delayed. First down and 15. Banks gives it off on a draw play. That's McGowan slamming ahead and gets 4 yards. It'll be second down and 11, and the clock now under 2.5 minutes to go. And there's a player down for Aldine Eisenhower. Nicholas Savoy. And there's one of his teammates. Nicholas is the big and beefy defensive lineman, and I think one of his teammates kind of backed up and tripped over him. That was Bryce Foster. And they are getting Savoy off the field very slowly, maybe cramping up. And so the clock is ticking down still. The play clock has not started. We're under 2 minutes now. Now the play clock ticks, and we got 20 seconds to go before Marshall has to get a playoff. Second down and 11. 3 receivers on the left side of the formation. 47-yard line. Banks fakes a handoff, running away from the rush. Gets away and gets into the secondary, and he's loose. 35 and brought down at the 33-yard line. Nice open field tackle there. Joseph Albright been playing a heck of a game. 1:35 to go. They stopped the clock to move the chains. But hold on, the clock is now stopped because an Eisenhower player is down. And we'll take a break and be back. This is VypeFortBend.com. 34-21 Marshall on top. 1:35 to go in the first half.
Hi, this is Mariela
and Melina coming to you from Nick's Italian Restaurant, where you can come and try one of our house specialties, the Nick's Shrimp, or one of our chicken pistachios. Not in the mood for food, you can also try one of our savory desserts like our homemade tiramisu or cannoli.
We're located on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School.
Can't dine in? You can call ahead at 346-401-1546 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Or you can hit us on one of the major delivery platforms, Uber, Grubhub, or DoorDash.
We look forward to seeing you here at Nick's Italian Restaurant, where our family gets bigger every time you stop by.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stabenow with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or NeedvilleInsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
You are the master of the moment. Everything. We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max.
Taking care of business.
That's Omar Solis for Eisenhower, a heck of a football player. Evidently just getting some leg cramps, and he makes his way across the field and to the sideline. And for Marshall, it's 1st and 10 from the 33 of Eisenhower, and there goes Gerard. There he goes, bounces off a tackler and picks up 11 yards. And I said Gerard, but it's Jared Howard, Jarrod. And late in the first half here, after their seniors have gotten plenty of carries, Coach Williams went to Jared Howard. First down for the Buffs at the 22-yard line.
Good enough for Marshall's first down.
The chain gang did not move down the field. Now the referee Anthony Davis is saying, move those sticks. Let's go, boys. All right. Banks claps his hand together and hands it off. There goes Howard again, up the middle. First down and more, picks up 12, maybe even 13, and runs over a tackler right there at the end. Getting the worst of it was Joseph Washington, and that is a first down. Think of First Tire and Automotive for all your car care needs. Check them out at firsttireandauto.com. We're close to the 1 minute mark and a whistle before the snap. What now? 34-21, Marshall on top. The offense has been spectacular, but thanks to good execution by Eisenhower, the defense has not been dominant. And there is Banks faking the handoff to Howard, and he keeps going up the middle and scores. 12-yard touchdown run for Jacoby Banks. My goodness, he's making it look easy. He's the junior. He's got the keys to the offense, and he looks very comfortable. And that makes it 40-21 with the extra point to come. 49.5 seconds to go in the first half. Fort Bend County High School Sports on VypeFortBend.com is brought to you tonight by Xfinity, the future of awesome. By Nick's Italian Restaurant on FM 1464 in Sugar Land, just north of Austin High School. At Nick's, their family gets bigger every time you stop by. By First Tire and Automotive, with 4 great locations, including Katy Cinco Ranch. They're open Saturdays. Visit firsttireandauto.com. They're not only open Saturdays, they're open, Monday through Saturday. By Archer Volkswagen, 10,400 Southwest Freeway, just inside the Sam Houston Tollway. And as it's been since Robert P. Archer founded it in 1956, Archer Volkswagen is still family-owned and operated, and you'll feel like family when you're there. By the Needville Insurance Agency, Bradley Stavanaugh and his team are your hometown trusted agents. They'll shop around to get you the best rate and make insurance easy for you. Call the Needville Insurance Agency at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. And by Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land, helping us take care of business every day so we can bring you the action on VypeFortBend.com every week. So the extra point was good by Diaz, and it's 41-21 with 49.5 seconds to go in the first half. And, I teach math, and it's kind of lazy and a little incorrect to say 49.5. You really should say 49 5/10 seconds. But who's counting anymore? All right, there is the kick in the air by Andreas Phillips Purvis. And up the middle is a big play man, Ryan Niblett, who caught the long touchdown pass, and he returns it to the 26-yard line before the Buffs push him back. There was a big mass of humanity, everybody tumbling backwards near the 20. But everybody gets up okay. Marshall with really good numbers for a school of their enrollment as far as numbers regarding how many players come out for football. It's always good to have a lot of them. Eisenhower, they are a 6A school, so I guess you would usually expect to see more players on a 6A varsity, but it appears that they have fewer than 30 or right at 30 on their squad, and there is a whistle prior to the snap on 1st and 10 from the 26. The clock continues to tick down. Will Anthony Davis, the referee, tell them to stop the clock so they can solve an issue? Did somebody call a timeout? I guess they've decided that they're just going to let the clock unravel, and that'll be the end of the first half. 41-21 is our score. Marshall on top. And we want you to stick around for halftime. Before we start the third quarter, we'll update as many scores for you as we possibly can. But we're also going to have some fascinating interviews for you. First, from the girls at Nick's Italian Restaurant. They will make you want to go there right now. But they'll tell you when it's open, too. They'll also tell you how you can get a takeout order, if it's too late to dine in. And also Haley Hester of Varsity Hype. She's got some great ideas for sports video for high school athletes and teams that doesn't break the bank. So we'll step aside and be back. 41-21, Marshall leads Eisenhower. We'll be back with our halftime show right after this.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
Welcome back. It's halftime. This is VypeFortBend.com, your broadcast home for Fort Bend ISD Sports. And what a thrill it is at halftime. By the way, our halftime score is And all of these broadcasts would not be possible without our great sponsors, and we really are thrilled that Nick's Italian Restaurant is sponsoring us this year. And here to talk about the brains of the operation, the twin daughters, Mariela and Melina Torres. Thank you so much for being with us. And Mariela, since she was born first and comes first alphabetically, she gets to say hello first.
And I don't let her forget it, so just so you know, sister. My name is Mariela.
And my name is Melina. I'm more of the favorite, but don't tell anybody, so, it's good.
I'll let her believe that, but that's not true, guys. Not true.
Okay, I need to regain control of this interview. All right. Many of you are familiar with Nick's Italian Restaurant, even if you haven't been there, and if that's the case, what's wrong with you? You need to go to Nick's. It is on FM 1464, just north of Austin High School. It's also a little bit east of Travis. Very convenient if you live in the neighborhoods of Kempner, also Bush, as well as Richmond Foster, and any teams that like to beat those teams that I just mentioned. We're all in the family. We love each other in Fort Bend, but of course we want to beat our close neighbors very much in interscholastic competition. But first of all, let's talk about your family's history. You've kind of taken over Nick's Italian Restaurant. Tell us about it.
Yes, so Nick's Italian has been established here in the Richmond community for a little over 20 years. Nick, the original owner, was a Greek owner. He and my dad were friends for a long time, Wilfredo, and they were really good friends, and they actually met working at another restaurant.
Yes. At another Italian restaurant, actually. My dad was a server. Excuse me. Nick was a server there at the time, and
you can call him your dad. That's kind. That's fine. He's Wilfredo.
Who makes some bomb Alfredo, just so you know, okay? So in case you don't remember his name, just remember Alfredo Wilfredo. That's how it is, okay? But yes, he was a server at the time, and my dad was a chef there. When Nick wanted to open his own establishment, he actually got my dad to create the menu for him. So a lot of our menu options haven't changed. Although we don't have any pie, some pizza pie, we do have some very, very tasty pasta dishes. So,
as well as our house specialty, the Nick's Jumbo Shrimp. It's really, really delicious. You can't go wrong with that lemon butter sauce that they pour over those lightly golden fried shrimp and those sauteed veggies with the oil and garlic. So you can't go wrong with our house specialty.
You look like you had more to say, Mariela.
I will just say that Bianco sauce is our liquid gold. So I'm just adding to that. Even if you don't like shrimp, we got it on plenty other dishes. Our chicken pistachio, which is another fan favorite. Definitely, if you're a mushroom lover, have mushrooms with our sun-dried tomatoes and artichokes on top of a pistachio breaded chicken breast.
Now let's talk about the best thing in the house, which is the dessert. Who makes the tiramisu, y'all?
I do.
No, you don't.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
No,
and if you know about teamwork, which I'm sure y'all do, any sports always talk about it, she does the work and I take the credit. Teamwork makes the dream work.
No. But I do. I make the tiramisu. So that tiramisu is made in-house. And I have gotten a lot of compliments on it. So if you are curious to taste our tiramisu, please stop by.
I think what I like the most is that you have been able to find a good balance between the coffee and the cream. So it's not too strong on the espresso, has just enough creamy richness, and it stays pretty fluffy because it's not wet like some of the other tiramisus. So if y'all definitely want to give it a try, come on in. Even if it's just for the dessert, you'll enjoy it just as much as I do.
All right, so you've heard about so many delicious treats, both the entrees and the desserts, and we're going to talk more about Nick's Italian Restaurant when we return on VypeFortBend.com. Don't go away.
You remember their first steps. First time they rode a bike without training wheels, first school dance, and now first year they're driving to school. First Tire and Auto is a family business, and they remember all those firsts too. There's a store just minutes away from your house or the school, so be the first to claim your discounts on oil changes and more. Head to the website firsttireandauto.com. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Welcome back to more of Halftime on VypeFortBend.com, and our halftime visit continues with the twin daughters who are the brain trust of Nick's Italian Restaurant, Mariela and Melina Torres. Their father, Wilfredo, is the owner and the head chef. And there was something that I just wanted to suggest for all you fans out there. Let's say you have a game at Bush or at Kempner or at Austin or at Travis or at Richmond Foster or anywhere in Fort Bend County. If after that victory you want to come celebrate, well, even if it's too late to eat the big meal, they have great desserts here at Nick's Italian Restaurant. They basically have anything Italian that you would want other than pizza. They don't have pizza. That's one of their unique quirks. But Mariela and Melina, it's great to visit with you. Let's talk about how the two of you got here, because you didn't go to school in Fort Bend. Where did you go, and tell us how you ended up here?
We went to school in A-Leaf. We actually were at Hastings. And so when my dad acquired the restaurant, we just kind of jumped on board. I mean, for the last 4 years, I worked in banking and finance, so I knew nothing about the restaurant industry. But going into it, I was like, I'm down for it.
And I've been in the medical field the last 10 years. When my dad needed servers, we kind of jumped on board. Our first time serving, actually.
I've never served anywhere.
Ever. And we actually fell in love with it. Because it's not just the food here.
No,
it's
we fell
more
in love with
about
the people.
With our patrons, yeah, very much. Returning and new. So
getting to know them and kind of just building that rapport with them and just building those relationships. That was, for me and for her, that was what was like most important. We wanted to make you feel like you were at home, when you come to eat at Nick's, more of an experience for you. You can come, you can eat anywhere. You can choose to eat at any other big name restaurant. Why choose Nick's? Why? Because we genuinely care.
What sets us apart is that it's an experience
and
not
the
just
service that we give.
Right, correct.
And you've talked about ingredients, you've talked about dishes and the things that season things and make them the best way they could possibly be. But the main thing that, I've had quite a few visits with you because I really want to let our listeners know what Nick's is about and what it's like, not just during the football season, but throughout the year. And what is the slogan, Mariela, that you came up for the restaurant?
So I actually came up with it because it's near and dear to my heart. Our family does get a little bit bigger every time you guys stop by. So that to us is a big in itself. Very much in the sense that, again, yes, we have good food, but we have a great experience when you guys come.
And one thing that I can tell you is that's something that my father instilled in us. Everybody that would walk into our house, you greet them, you say hi. Hi, do you need a drink? Is there anything I can get you? And that was something that was instilled in us when we were very, very little. And something that I'm very honestly grateful for, because I never understood it until now when we worked here at the restaurant. I want to make sure everybody's taken care of. Mariela wants to make sure everybody's taken care of. And whether it's getting you water, getting you more napkins, your food's incorrect, hey, let me fix it for you, because we keep you happy and you guys come back to us and you keep us happy and, here for you guys. There's not an experience that you're going to get going anywhere else.
And the slogan is, as you said before, we can't say it enough times, our family gets bigger every time you stop by. And just remember that they are on FM 1464 just north of Austin High School, just a little bit east of Travis High School, a little bit northwest of Kempner. Are you impressed with my geographical skills?
I'm trying to remember everything. And I'm like, what? I don't know this. I'm over here Googling. Like, is he right?
We're just thrilled that you have done everything to make it possible for us to bring people these sporting events every week. We do 3 to 5 events every single week. and we're going to make it pay off for you, because if you've been driving by Nick's for a long time and you haven't come in a while, you should come back.
It really, we are happy every time we get new customers coming in who've never been here. If you see us driving by, stop by and say hi. I promise you, you won't regret it.
And people hear this on our broadcast all year long. They hear your commercial spots. But go ahead and tell them what is the website if they want to place an online order, and also what's the number if they just want to call Nick's.
All right. The phone number we have is 346-401-1546.
The website?
I apologize, y'all. The website is nicksitalianrestaurant.com. You can also Google us, or we're on Apple, Safari, all that good stuff. And we're open 7 days a week. We are here for you, not just 6 days, but 7 days.
No breaks.
11 a.m. to 10 p.m. I know. And we are here from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. We also are on all of the other platforms for food delivery. We're on Uber, Grubhub, DoorDash. So if you don't have time to stop by and dine in, you can always carry out with us as well.
All right, we are done with our halftime visit with Mariela and Melina. You are wonderful. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
We look forward to seeing you guys.
Bye.
Right, FortBend.com coverage of Fort Bend ISD and Fort Bend County sports continues right after this.
Hello fans, this is Bradley Stavanaugh with Needville Insurance. We know Fort Bend County. I'm a 4th generation resident of Fort Bend. I'm your local, hometown, trusted agent. With over 30 carriers and 9 auto insurance carriers, we shop the insurance for you. We know insurance is hard. We know it's complicated. We make it easy for you. We have Spanish speakers here available for you. Call us at 979-793-7411 or needvilleinsurance.com. Once again, call us 979-793-7411.
It's halftime on our VypeFortBend.com coverage of Fort Bend County football. Vype and Varsity Hype. They're pretty close. They're not exactly the same thing in reality. They're pretty close in name. But Haley Hester is here to tell us all about Varsity Hype. She's the product owner. Tell us all about what you're doing.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on. So Varsity Hype is aiming to level the playing field. We're cheaper. We're an alternative to Huddle and other video analytics platforms. We never charge more for footage uploads. You can max it out. You can add photos. And we have recruitment profiles for the students. We would really love to see the kids from 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A all have the same opportunities, regardless of income level and skill set.
You mentioned several different applications, but the one that really intrigues me is the recruitment profile. Kids believe that they are good enough at the high school level to at least get some kind of opportunity at the college level. So talk about the different options there and how you are able to isolate video of a singular athlete.
Absolutely. So one of our things that we really enjoy doing is it's not just for sports. We also embrace the arts and extracurriculars. So whether it's chess, debate, dance, football, basketball, you have a place in our platform. We consider it kind of like a LinkedIn for high school students.
You just blew my mind. I didn't even think about the other things that the UIL does. In fact, I am reminded every year that the UIL does a lot more things that are not sports than they do that actually are sports. So you mentioned the arts and things like that. So how well-versed in computer technology and how handy do you have to be with an iPhone or whatever to take full advantage of Varsity Hype?
Well,
We are under a weather alert and are expecting storms in the area within the next few minutes. Along with rain, these storms are capable of producing lightning and or damaging winds. The game will be suspended until storms have passed through the area and it is safe to resume play. At this time, all patrons are required to evacuate the stadium and return to their vehicles.
All right, everybody. Let me just double check, make sure you can hear me. Okay, you can hear me. I don't know if you heard that announcement from our public address man, Todd Harris, but fans are having to evacuate the stadium because of storms that are in the area. And so that's one of the reasons that maybe there was a lightning strike some distance from here that kind of cut off our interview with Haley Hester. But I'm going to restart it. It is 41-21 at halftime. Marshall is leading Aldine Eisenhower, and we're going to stick with you here. And we will go ahead and restart that Haley Hester interview. Hopefully it will play to its conclusion this time. And we will keep you updated. We're hoping that we'll be able to resume the game, but for now it is suspended with a score of 41-21, Marshall leading Eisenhower at halftime. Now we'll take a quick break and be back with Haley Hester.
Archer Volkswagen showroom is open, and our team's excited to help you. Visit our sales department Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Or bring your car in for service from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're closed on Sundays to rest and recharge with our families, so we can serve you well through the week. We hope to see you soon.
It's halftime on our VypeFortBend.com coverage of Fort Bend County football. Vype and Varsity Hype. They're pretty close. They're not exactly the same thing in reality. They're pretty close in name. But Haley Hester is here to tell us all about Varsity Hype. She's the product owner. Tell us all about what you're doing.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on. So Varsity Hype is aiming to level the playing field. We're cheaper. We're an alternative to Huddle and other video analytics platforms. We never charge more for footage uploads. You can max it out. You can add photos. And we have recruitment profiles for the students. We would really love to see the kids from 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A all have the same opportunities, regardless of income level and skill set.
You mentioned several different applications, but the one that really intrigues me is the recruitment profile. Kids believe that they are good enough at the high school level to at least get some kind of opportunity at the college level. So talk about the different options there and how you are able to isolate video of a singular athlete.
Absolutely. So one of our things that we really enjoyed doing is it's not just for sports. We also embrace the arts and extracurriculars. So whether it's chess, debate, dance, football, basketball, you have a place in our platform. We consider it.
All right, folks. Roger Smith back with you, and we're going to have to interrupt that interview with Haley Hester again because when there is a lightning delay and they say everybody got to go to their cars, well, that includes me too. So I'm going to say goodbye to you. I don't know if we will return to this game or if it will end with a score of 41-21, but I got to go. All right. Talk to you later. Thanks for listening. If this is the end of the game, and don't forget to join us tomorrow night for Hightower and Bush, 6:45 p.m. Hopefully the weather will be better, and good night for now.